Well guys, welcome back to another video. Now I know it's only a week ago that I posted up the first video about this, my 1952 Morris Minor that I'm planning to get back on the road. And well, what a busy week it's been. It's been absolutely manic. Obviously, as you can see, the car is now in the garage. It's all undercover and work can commence. But we've had quite a bit of work going on just to get to this stage, really. And I've had to clear out loads of stuff. I think we're all guilty of keeping loads of crap in our garage. So I've cleared out loads and loads of stuff. I've had a new roof put on the garage. The old roof was corrugated asbestos. It was leaking really badly. All of the timbers had suffered a bit of damage as well. So all that's been sorted out, and now thankfully the car is in. We also had a problem with the garage door, which it appears we still do have a problem. Both of the springs broke years ago on the garage door, and obviously whenever you open it, we've been having to you know, leave it sort of propped open. Now I did take both the springs out and I repaired them. I welded new sort of little links on the top of the spring so that they could be fitted back in, and it worked fine for a short while, and then after a day or so one of them just went twang and broke again. And I noticed last night when I came out to do some stuff that the other spring over on the far side has also completely failed, but this one's actually broken right at the bottom, so I do need a couple of springs for the garage door to get that resolved. But at least the car's in, it's dry. There's lots of jobs to do on the vehicle. It's in pretty good shape actually, but there's lots of stuff to do. So let's just have a run through of what's needed.
So I want to lower the car front and rear, so that's going to be the first thing on our list. And there is going to be a little bit of a complication with the rear, but we'll come to that. Also want to clean up the engine bay. The engine bay has suffered a little bit of corrosion due to a leaking radiator. So obviously also I need to replace the leaking radiator and the top hose and get that all nice and clean in the engine bay. The battery unfortunately is past its best, so I do need to fit a new battery as well. And I'm also going to be looking at the lighting. I want to get rid of those horrible amber indicators that are on the front and rear of the vehicle and return it to a bit more of a stock look. I'm going to be putting an external 1950 style sun visor on the car and also bumpers, but there may be some fabrication required with those two. More details to follow. Of course, we're going to repaint the car, so it's going to be prepared, primed and repainted in gloss black again. And there are also some pieces of chrome trim that are not particularly good and some pieces that are missing, so I will be replacing some chrome trim. Finally, the wheels and tyres are going to need some attention also, but we'll look at those later.
Right, so I managed to get the car jacked up and it's all safe and secure on this axle stand here. And I'm just going to quickly whip this wheel off. I have loosened the nuts off. And yeah, we'll have a look at the issue that we've got with the rear suspension. Now the plan is that I want to lower the rear suspension a little bit, and also the same with the front. I want to get the car a bit lower, and although it's going to be kept sort of fairly stock looking, I'm going to repaint the car, have some nice new chrome trim on it, a few little custom touches hopefully, but I want to get the car lowered. And I noticed early on that there's a little issue with the rear suspension. Now I believe with it being an early car, it should have 7-leaf rear springs. The car's got 5-leaf rear springs on it, and you'll probably see from the previous video it does seem to sit a little bit high actually. Now, I don't know whether you can see that or not, but the car is already on lowering blocks. Now they look to me to be probably 2 inches. I will measure them in a moment. But yeah, it's already on 2-inch lowering blocks. So we're going to have to be a little bit inventive, I think, to try and get the back end of the car down. So I've got a plan. Any ideas? So there we are, yeah, 2-inch lowering blocks. So effectively, the axle is sitting 2 inches higher on the spring than it should do, which gives the effect of lowering the car down. Obviously, this plate should be down here on the spring, so by lifting the axle up, it has the effect of lowering the body down. But as you can see, they are 5-leaf springs and can't really go any higher than 2-inch lowering blocks. You shouldn't stack blocks up. So yeah, I've got an idea on this, and let's see what we can do with it. But you can quite clearly see over the other side there as well. If I just focus in, there we go. So yeah, she's already lowered 2 inches, but she doesn't look like she's lowered at all. So let's get to work on that and see what we can do.
Here we go, so the driver's side leaf spring is now off the car. The shackle bushes are in good order, but the rebound clips and the rubbers are not particularly good, so I'm going to be making new ones of those. But I will be disassembling this leaf spring and giving everything a good clean up and seeing what we can do to get the back end of the car a bit lower. So please join me in the next episode and we can run through it in a bit of detail. Thanks ever so much, really appreciate you dropping by. See you soon in the next one. Bye now.